Morning, Crypto Warriors. We are live on YouTube. Oh yeah, today is November 6th, Tuesday, election day here in the US, and you are here with the gentleman of crypto. And as you can see, once again, the gentleman. I'm Bitcoin Zay, here to bring the news for you today. So we're going to sit and wait for a few more people to come on in. Usually live streams take a little minute, so we'll let it go for now. But yep, coming on in. How you doing, Madam Crypto? Dylan, what's going on, brother? Hey, how you doing, Shannon? Yeah, definitely. Yeah, holla at you later, Shannon. Banger Committee, what's going on, brother? Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you. So, like I said before, today is November 6th. Today is election day in the U.S. A lot of people running around trying to vote. You know, it's going to be a lot of propaganda about that stuff. But here with the gentleman of crypto, with our warriors who keep up with us, we definitely like to, put the news between politics and crypto. However, with election day, a lot of crazy stuff is happening. So a few good news stories for you today. Lately, a lot of the journalists have been gone. I don't know. They left with the bear market, but it is pretty good that we still have good news coming out so far. What's going on, Jamal J? Yep, been a little minute. My brother, John Siebert, Jizzy Matt, Crypto Ty, Cornelius, what's going on, bro? So let's get right into it. First story of the day, blockchain.com, their wallet adds Stellar. They announced a $125 million Stellar airdrop in order to drive adoption. As you know, Stellar is a fork of XRP created by the same guy. And, over time, Stellar, in my opinion, has improved vastly more than XRP. The Stellar decentralized exchange, the ability to build on top of it has been, something that's actually made it viable. Also, Stellar is probably, in my opinion, it's going to get added to Coinbase pretty soon. Now that they've added BAT and, a few other ones, I think Stellar's coming soon. So here it says blockchain.com pitched the mammoth offering as the largest airdrop in the history of crypto and likely the largest consumer giveaway ever, suggesting that airdrops are a great way to drive decentralization and adoption for new networks. So, they absolutely think that if they give it away for free, people will use it. However, it kind of it backfires sometimes. You give away a lot of crypto, everybody puts up sale orders and it goes away. However, people find a use case for it. That free crypto that you get can definitely help in the future. As of press time, Stellar is the sixth largest crypto cap. So we'll see how it goes from there. Also, if you want to get the free crypto, unfortunately, if you do sign up with blockchain.com, you will have to do KYC. You have to put your information. So you can't actually just get an airdrop in like you used to in a wallet and just have it. You got to do KYC with blockchain.com. So in my opinion, this is sort of honeypot, so to say. Like it's basically a trap. It's like, oh, well, you want free stuff? Give us your information. And we all know nothing is free, and your data gets used for a lot of money. Data is more important than anything in the world right now. So there's no asset more important than data. So of course they want to do KYC. They want to know who's using Stellar. And blockchain.com has been doing this for a while. I used them briefly, but it's one of many wallets. So not really a big obligation to do it, but the airdrop itself has created some excitement for Stellar. And as a trader, you don't really want to put your emotions into it. I could definitely see a Stellar pump, but I do kind of want to wait for the XRP pump to finish. It did kind of start. And as you know, when XRP goes, Stellar goes. So pretty good. Yeah, it looks like you can only get the airdrop on blockchain.com, S1 dubs. I believe so. Now, if there's another place you can actually get the airdrop, somebody commented in there, but as of right now, the free airdrop is only going to blockchain.com because they have a partnership together. So on there, they also have, Bitcoin, Bcash, and Ethereum. So the fact that Stellar was next is pretty surprising. So good to see there. At least they're trying. And shout out to John Siebert. Yeah, buying Bitcoin is better than voting. I agree. You could definitely affect your world more by changing the financial system than submitting a ballot for someone who doesn't care about you. But to each their own, in my opinion. And moving forward, let's see. Apple has removed a crypto podcast, a very popular crypto podcast, Off the Chain. It is hosted by Morgan Creek Digital partner and crypto analyst Anthony Pompliano. You may know him on Twitter or on other places as Pomp. Some people, have fun with his name instead of Pomp. They call him Pump simply because he's always bullish on crypto and Bitcoin, which a lot of people are long term. But this podcast soared to fourth place for podcasts in the investing category in the US. But it was mysteriously taken down out of nowhere. And yesterday, just talked about Andres Antonopoulos' gripe with Bitly because all of the links to his book taken down. No warning, just taken down. So I want to remind people, this may be a new trend that's starting. We've caught a lot of the trends early: stable coins, exchanges, DEXs, ICOs. We caught pretty much everything early. And I want to say to our warriors, this is probably an early indignation of what's going to happen. Tech companies are starting to take down or get rid of things associated with crypto without any warning. I mean, it literally says here, last week we released a podcast discussing the ultimate argument for Bitcoin. It exploded and ranked number 4 in the U.S. investing category before mysteriously being taken down by Apple. We had no warning. We don't know why they took down a podcast, but they can't take down Bitcoin. So, of course, he's still resilient. However, a lot of people's favorite podcasts that are on Apple or on Spotify or whatnot, they could take ours down any day if they just wanted to. So I think he got a little too big, and some of the investing podcasts that may have been there as well. I don't know. I really don't know why they would take it down. However, it's not about, why or what. It's just exactly what happens. Antonopoulos getting his links taken down, Apple's removing podcasts. If tomorrow somebody else gets something taken down, I'm telling you, this trend is starting to pick up so that the information that you can get is going away. Because if they can't defeat crypto itself, all they can really do is suppress the information you get or get rid of it altogether. So that's pretty much what it looks like Apple is doing here. I want to check back after the show and see if they put it back up, because there was a good amount of outrage, I will say. So, it's a bunch of crypto podcasts on there. Of course, the best one is The Gentleman of Crypto, which you're listening to now. However, all the other ones, shout out to all the other podcasters that's doing their thing. But obviously, if they can just take it down, that's a problem. So we can definitely look to see what they're going to do about that. So let's get to some comments. Let's see who we got. Cornelius, what's going on, brother? Let's see. S1 Devs, tech companies start doing this with certain political party affiliations, and I knew that was a bad sign. Oh yeah, they're gonna come after us eventually, and we've said this before. Even the story that I'm doing later, so it talks about that as well. So definitely concern in the crypto market that they're going to try and shut down avenues for you to get to crypto, because new people, if they want to find it, they usually go to podcasts or they download books like Andres Antonopoulos, or they try and use, paid services. So hopefully none of that happens. So Marshall Islands, let's see. Marshall Islands president, next story, faces a no confidence vote due to national crypto plans. And I can tell you right now, this goes along with what I just said before. Hilda Hine, she faces a vote of no confidence simply because she endorsed the creation of a national digital currency, which will be called the Sovereign, SOV. Of course, we've always said, national countries will try and create their own crypto. But what's interesting about this is that on Monday, a group of 8 senators met together, and they required, voting that they want to get her out. However, they said that the plan would receive major criticism from the IMF and the U.S. Treasury Department. The IMF actually warned the government of Marshall Islands about the risks of adopting a cryptocurrency as a second legal tender, stating that it will pose risk to the country's financial integrity as well as relationships with foreign banks. So those 2 sentences are basically meant to scare the living hell out of anybody who wants to go against the IMF or against any financial industry. As you can see, the clamps are coming down, people. Marshall Islands is one of the places where it was supposed to be a home, a hub of blockchain and Bitcoin companies, and the ability to use Bitcoin, as a second currency was going to be pretty easy. However, once the IMF decides, you don't want these problems, in the public, they can say, oh, it'll pose risk to your finances. But no, what it means is we might come and JFK you if you don't get in line, because that's pretty much how things go when it comes to the financial industry. In my opinion, you either get down or lay down. For those of you who are big fans of Benny Siegel, get down and lay down, man. Get that tap on the shoulder. You can basically either fold like she did, or you can stand up to it, which I don't think they will, simply because if you get sanctioned or if they take away your finances, you basically don't have a country. So it's going to be hard to do this if crypto, booms as big as I think it will in the future. It's going to be pretty hard to do this. However, if right now they can get some sanctions in. It says right here the currency was purportedly designed to skirt the U.S. and EU sanctions that negatively impact the country's economy. That probably won't work right now. If you want to start a country and you want to actually have your own currency, you're going to have to fight back against these people, the IMF and U.S. Treasury Department. You're going to have a lot of people coming after you, but you got to be able to put up with it, in my opinion. So Dylan Darchfield, yep, we all going to move to the island. Yeah. Well, I mean, in my opinion, Marshall Islands is one of those places that's trying, but how much traction can you really get? Because once they find out that you are trying to do this, then you will have those sanctions come in. So sorry to hear that. Yeah, S1, that's what I'm talking about. I said they can do it now, but later when people are using crypto regularly, like we use our phones or like other technology, it'll be almost impossible to shut down a place if they're getting sanctioned. Like right now, Iran is getting sanctioned. Imagine if Iran just came out and said, well, we're going to make Bitcoin our national currency. They couldn't shut it down anymore than sanctions. So if it's already, all right, we sanction you, we don't want you, and they go to a national currency and they start booming, what are other countries that have been sanctioned or other small countries or islands going to do? In my opinion, they'll start adopting crypto, and cash is still king. However, if you don't have access to it, you got to buy stuff. So there is a way. So sorry to hear that, Marshall Islands president, but maybe you should step up a little more and just either take it on the head or you can you can move on. But it looks like she's moved on. So sorry to hear that, but it's all good. And our last story of the day: an Indian team blows up or threatens to blow up Miami airport after losing Bitcoin. So 18-year-old Indian team has threatened to blow up Miami International Airport as a retaliatory move for the U.S. Federal Bureau of Investigation. It's the FBI's uncooperative stance to help track him down or track down an American fraudster who duped him of 1,000 worth of Bitcoin on a popular online forum. Dude, it's the Wild West. You can't get into something outside of the government and then ask the government to track down your $1,000 worth of Bitcoin. And to be honest, $1,000 is nothing in the grand scheme of things, especially in the Bitcoin world. So if you're, hounding them to track down this $1,000, I don't even think local police would look down your $1,000. There's people that lose $1,000 in civil forfeitures or, in a robbery, and they just write it down, going about their day. Like, I'm not looking for $1,000. What is that going to do? So, honestly, this Indian team, an unnamed 18-year-old boy, has a lot to learn. But when he felt he wasn't getting the help he needed, he called up Miami Airport and threatened to blow it up. My boy Shannon, who's out there, you might want to make sure you don't hit any airports anytime soon. I'm pretty sure it's just a threat, but whatever. And the news outlet quoted Uttar Pradesh Director General of Police. He says was just 18 years and 3 months old. He was not satisfied with the FBI's response to the predicament. He made 5 calls to Miami airport authorities, threatening to attack the airport by barging into it equipped with an AK-47 assault rifle, grenades, and a suicide belt. So maybe he has these things in his house. Maybe he owns these things that he was going to do it, or maybe not. Either way, I wouldn't take $1,000. I mean, he's ready to give it all up for $1,000. For some people, that is their last. You can't live without that last little bit. However, going about it this way is only going to get you more trouble, more court fees, in jail. You're not going to get your Bitcoin back. It's gone, brother. Whoever this Indian team is, if you ever watch this, it's gone. You should have learned that before you got into crypto. It's the Wild West. Somebody steals it, you can either find them or you can either take the fact that it's the Wild West and you lost it. So the good thing is you can't make a lot of profits. The bad thing is security wise, if it's gone, it's gone. Everybody has to pay tuition. I paid my personal tuition. I know it's a few people on here who have. It happens. And unfortunately, the beginning of a market, that's what happens. But you gotta it's an 18-year-old. He sounds like one of the whiny high schoolers who lost something and his parents won't give him back. Like, what is this? But, in related news, a panel set up by India's finance industry proposed regulatory framework for cryptos set to recommend a state-backed currency, which is weird. I mean, they kind of just, state-backed currency, you know how we feel about that. But, that's one of the things that I think they want to do, that simply use these stories in order to progress to where I'm telling you, people, if you're listening to me now, there's going to be some sort of terrorist plot or terrorist action or even carried out a terrorist attack where Bitcoin will be to blame. And this is just one example. We've seen a few examples of this where it was funded with Bitcoin. Oh, this dude, he might blow it up because of Bitcoin. And if it's worded incorrectly on mainstream news sites, they can definitely trick some people. We got a lot of Ned Flanders out there that'll just see Bitcoin bombs, and then they'll think to themselves, oh, well, it must be for terrorists. And if you're a true American, you won't use Bitcoin, and that'll be the propaganda. I should work for somebody's propaganda company. I can tell you exactly what's coming before it comes. But honestly, this is just another story in a long line of many people that have lost money. And yeah, Shannon, Bitcoin's public. They can find out who it is. However, the problem with that public ledger or with people finding out who it is if they don't move it after that, if they just steal it and they moved it to an air gap wallet or something like that, or they convert it somehow, that's really the only thing I can say is if they send that Bitcoin to someone else and convert it for cash, then, who knows? But yeah, it's one of those things like, they can definitely track it. That's why Bitcoin is kind of bad for criminals. But if you want to engage in it, this is what happens. People get hacked every day, B. Maybe a good new shirt. People get hacked every day, B. But Bitcoin's a bomb. Yeah, John Siebert. Yeah. And it's actually a company called Bitcoin's Not Bombs, because we know that when you put your money into a bank, you directly finance wars around the world. And if you take your money out of the banks, then you automatically give them less money to use for wars. So it's, Bitcoin is literally against the wars that's going on, because we can all live pretty good. Financial industry will pick up. So that is all the news I have for you all today. Thank you all for tuning in. Our question of the day, for those of you who want to win some free cryptic coin. Question of the day: if you could elect, in light of today's elections, if you could elect a crypto official into office as a governor or a senator, who would it be and why? It could be, somebody you look up to. It could be somebody who you think has great leadership skills or a lot of money. Let us know. Put your free cryptic coin address and we will send those free coins. I appreciate you all watching today. If you want to vote, go out and vote. If you don't want to vote, don't get caught up in the whole feeling guilty and all this whatever stuff today. Don't let it affect you. It's a much bigger picture going on, and it's a lot of games going on today too. So we'll see how things shake out. And a couple announcements. For one, make sure you get on Brave, download the Brave browser, help support us by going to our link, which, like I said, we'll post on after the show. We talked about World CryptoCon yesterday. If you missed it, go back and look at it, which is good. Also, we had the pleasure of interviewing Ronnie Moaz last night here in LA at his meetup. We'll be putting that interview out very soon. If you don't know Ronnie Moaz, he is the CEO of Standpoint Research. He has 20 plus years, 30 plus years, in the business as far as trading. Got into crypto in 2013. And in 2013, he definitely, went full force. He's been doing it ever since. He had the prediction of Bitcoin going to 28,000 by the end of 2019. He also has a bet with Vinny Lingham. So it's a lot of stuff in the interview, which we did last night, me and King out here in LA. So great to see him. Great to meet Ronnie Moaz again. Me and him are the hardest working bald head men in crypto. So bald head brothers. But shout out to Ronnie Moaz. So we'll be posting that interview later for you guys. And definitely make sure you like and share before you get off today. So have a good one today, Crypto Warriors. Cheers.